I'm just going to use the long tail cast on with no knot. Once you're cast on, you're ready to go ahead and start. And the super simple option is to just do a garter stitch. So basically you're going to knit every single row. You just go ahead and begin knitting with the very first stitch. Once you've gotten to the end, you're going to just turn around and you're going to start knitting with the first stitch and knit the row again. I like to give my knitting just a little bit of a tug on that very first stitch, just to make sure things haven't gotten too loose. And for the ones who pick the other option is to do a seed stitch. For the seed stitch, you just knit one, purl one, knit one, purl one, and just alternate your stitches across the row. When you turn your work, you're going to do the exact same thing. What you'll notice is that every stitch now on the back that has a purl bump on it, you'll knit. Every stitch that has a knit stitch on it, you'll purl. So you're going to do the row exactly the same as the first row, doing the opposite stitch on top of the previous stitch. And this creates the seed texture. Now it's hard to see the texture on this little tiny sample here, so I'll show you on some finished samples. This is the garter stitch tie. So you're going to have these garter ridges. Makes a very nice looking tie. And then on your seed stitch, you're going to have this kind of cool bump texture. It kind of creates this really cool texture as well. And that's the seed stitch. So go ahead and choose the texture that you want, and you'll knit to the first length in the pattern, and then you'll come to a point where it wants you to decrease. So to decrease, I just keep the decreases very simple. You're just going to knit two together. So you're going to go ahead and put your needle through the two loops, wrap it, and knit through those two loops as if they're one, and knit off. I'll just show you as if we're doing garter. So when it says to knit or purl two together, you just treat the two stitches as if they're one stitch, go under the legs of both, and then knit them off as if it's one stitch. And then you've decreased by 2 stitches on that round, or on that row. So continue to do that, making your decreases, and then finish knitting the length of your tie, and then you'll bind off. Okay, when you finally reached the length that you want for your tie, it's going to be time to bind off. Okay, when I'm weaving in the end, I just like to go ahead and try to follow the natural outline of the stitches.